Anna.
And I'm Jake. It's great to have you here again.
Today's episode is about something we all struggle with sometimes, confidence. Or maybe losing it and learning to find it again.
Yeah, that's such a real topic. Everyone looks confident on social media, but honestly, most people have moments when they feel unsure or small.
Exactly. So today we'll talk about learning to be confident again, what it really means, and how we can build it step by step.
And if you enjoy practicing English with us, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this podcast with a friend.
We'd also love to hear your opinions. Have you ever felt your confidence drop? What happened and how did you feel?
All right, let's get started.
You know, Jake, I used to be super confident in high school. I joined clubs, gave presentations, no problem. But when I started working, suddenly I felt small again.
That's interesting. What do you think changed?
Maybe because everything was new. Everyone seemed smarter, faster, more experienced. I started doubting myself.
Yeah, that happens a lot. It's like when you go from being the big fish in a small pond to being a tiny fish in the ocean.
Oh, that's a good expression. A big fish in a small pond. It means you used to feel important in a smaller group, but then you move to a bigger world and feel less confident?
Exactly. When I started my first job, I felt the same. I remember giving my first presentation and my hands were shaking. I forgot half of what I wanted to say.
Really? I can totally imagine that. How did you feel afterward?
Embarrassed. But then my boss said, "Hey, you did fine. Everyone starts somewhere." That small sentence helped me so much.
That's such a kind thing to say. Sometimes confidence doesn't disappear, it just hides when we face something new.
I like that. Confidence doesn't disappear, it just hides. It's like we just need to remind ourselves who we are.
Exactly. It's not about being perfect, it's about believing that we can try again.
Right. And that's a great place to begin our conversation about how to rebuild that feeling.
So, Anna, when we talk about losing confidence, I think one big reason is that voice in our head, the one that says, you're not good enough.
Oh, yes, the inner critic. Everyone has it. It's that quiet voice that grows louder when we make a mistake or compare ourselves to others.
I used to compare myself a lot, especially when I saw people doing better than me. On social media, everyone looks successful. New jobs, new travels, perfect photos.
I know exactly what you mean. It's so easy to forget that people only show their best moments, not the times they cried or failed.
True. And then you start believing you're behind. That's when confidence really starts to break.
Yeah. There's an expression, comparison is the thief of joy. It means when we compare ourselves to others, we stop enjoying our own progress.
That's a great one. I remember when I first learned guitar, my friend played so well, and every time I heard him, I thought, I'll never be that good.
And did that thought help you improve?
Not at all. It made me want to quit. But one day, he told me, I've been playing for 5 years. You've only played for 3 months. Relax.
Wow, that's such a simple but powerful reminder. Everyone has their own timeline.
Exactly. I started focusing on my own progress, like, hey, last week I couldn't play that chord, but now I can. Slowly, my confidence came back.
That's beautiful. It shows that confidence isn't built by being the best. It's built by noticing how far you've come.
I like that. Maybe that's what learning confidence really is, turning down that negative voice and turning up the kind one.
Totally. It's like training your brain to say, I'm learning, I'm improving, and that's enough for today.
That's a great affirmation. I'm improving, and that's enough for today. Simple English, but full of meaning.
Yeah. And once we change the way we talk to ourselves, it changes everything. How we act, how we see the world, even how we speak English with confidence.
That's true. When you speak kindly to yourself, you start sounding kinder and more confident to others, too.
So, Jake, once we quiet that negative voice, what's next? How do we actually rebuild confidence?
For me, it's all about small wins. You know those tiny moments that make you go, hey, I did that.
I love that. Small wins matter. That could be a great title for this section.
Yeah, like when I was trying to get back into shape, I didn't start by running 5 kilometers. I started with 10 minutes a day. And every time I finished, I said to myself, good job, Jake.
That's awesome. Celebrating small steps builds momentum. It's like building a wall one brick at a time.
Exactly. Confidence works the same way. You don't suddenly wake up feeling strong again. You earn it through little actions.
Right. When I was learning to speak in front of people, I started small too. Instead of big presentations, I practiced in front of a mirror first. Then I spoke in small meetings, step by step.
That's a great tip. It reminds me of a phrase, progress, not perfection. It means what matters is improvement, not doing everything perfectly.
Yes, learners should remember that when studying English too. You don't need perfect grammar to communicate, just progress.
Totally. Even saying one new phrase correctly can be a small win. Like today, someone listening might learn big fish in a small pond or comparison is the thief of joy.
Exactly. And when they use those phrases in real life, that's confidence growing.
I think we forget how powerful small actions can be. You know, I once read a story about a man who was scared of public speaking, so every day he just said hello to one stranger. After a month, he started conversations. A year later, he gave a TED Talk.
That's incredible. And it shows that confidence doesn't come from waiting until we feel ready. It comes from doing things while still feeling scared.
That's true. Maybe the best way to grow confidence is to move while being uncomfortable, little by little.
Yeah, like exercising a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets.
Exactly. So if anyone listening feels stuck right now, just start small. One new word, one short talk, one small win. It adds up.
You know, Jake, small wins are powerful, but I think another big part of confidence comes from the people around us.
Oh, absolutely. The people we talk to every day, their words can either lift us up or pull us down.
Yeah. I once had a teacher who always told me, "You're better than you think." That sentence stayed in my head for years. Whenever I doubted myself, I'd remember it.
That's so true. Words matter. I had a similar experience with a friend. I was feeling really down after failing a job interview, and he said, "Hey, this isn't a failure, it's feedback."
Wow, I love that. Not failure, but feedback. What a great mindset shift.
Yeah, and it made me realize how much one kind comment can change your entire day. Sometimes confidence grows when someone else believes in you first.
Right. There's this phrase, confidence is contagious. It means when you're around people who believe in themselves and in you, it spreads.
That's a good one. But the opposite is also true. If you spend too much time with people who criticize or doubt you, it slowly eats away at your confidence.
Definitely. It's like planting a flower. It needs sunlight, not shadows.
Beautifully said. And I think as adults, we forget that we can choose our environment. We can choose who we listen to.
Exactly. I had a friend who used to say, "You can't control the weather, but you can choose your umbrella." Meaning, you can't control what others say, but you can choose how to protect your energy.
That's such a smart way to look at it. When I was starting to learn coding, I joined an online group where people were so supportive. They shared advice, gave feedback, and encouraged each other. That community really boosted my confidence.
I love that. Having supportive people around makes the journey easier, and sometimes giving support to others helps our own confidence too.
True. When we encourage others, we start hearing our own advice and believing it.
So maybe confidence isn't just an individual thing. It's something we build together through kindness, empathy, and real connection.
Yeah, like right now. We're just talking, but I already feel more positive. That's the power of sharing.
Me too. It's amazing how simple words can remind us we're not alone in this.
So far, we've talked about small wins and supportive people, but at some point, we all have to take action, right?
Oh, definitely. Confidence doesn't grow just by thinking about it. It grows when we do something, even if it's scary.
That reminds me of the first time I spoke at a public event. I almost didn't go. My heart was racing, and I thought, What if I forget my lines?
Oh, wow. What made you go anyway?
Honestly, I told myself, you don't need to be fearless. You just need to show up. So I went. And guess what? I did forget one line, but I laughed and the audience laughed with me. That moment changed everything.
That's such a great story. You showed that confidence doesn't mean being perfect. It means being okay with not being perfect.
Exactly. I realized something that day. Confidence isn't built before the action. It's built during the action.
That's a really powerful message. And I think many English learners can relate to that too. Sometimes they wait until their English is good enough to speak, but actually confidence comes from speaking.
Yes. There's a phrase I love. Action cures fear. It means the best way to stop being afraid is to start doing the thing that scares you.
I love that one. It's simple, but so true. When I started recording this podcast, I was nervous too. My voice sounded weird to me. I made mistakes. But over time, it became natural.
And look at you now. Calm, natural, confident.
Thank you. But seriously, it took practice. I learned to stop chasing perfection and focus on connection.
That's a great way to put it. Connection, not perfection.
Exactly. And for our listeners, it's the same. If you want to sound confident in English, don't worry about every grammar mistake. Focus on connecting with people, expressing yourself, sharing your ideas.
Right, because confidence isn't about never falling. It's about getting up each time and saying, I can try again.
Beautiful. And the more you take action, the more you realize you're capable of much more than you thought.
Totally. That's when you start feeling proud, not because everything went right, but because you showed up.
You know, Jake, after everything we've talked about, small wins, support, and taking action, I think the final step is learning to be your own supporter.
I agree. Because in the end, even when others believe in you, it won't last unless you start believing in yourself.
Exactly. There's a quote I love. No one can make you feel inferior without your consent. It means no one's opinion can define your worth unless you let it.
That's powerful. I think being your own supporter starts with kindness, the way you talk to yourself every day.
Yes. For example, when I make a mistake, I try not to say, I'm so stupid. Instead, I say, okay, that didn't go well, but I can learn from it.
That's such a healthy mindset. It's like changing the voice in your head from a critic to a coach.
I love that, from critic to coach, because a coach doesn't judge you, they help you grow.
Exactly. I started writing down one thing I did well each day. Even something small like, I woke up early, or I finished my task. It sounds simple, but over time, it really builds trust in yourself.
That's a great practice. It teaches your brain to focus on progress instead of problems.
Yeah, and once you start trusting yourself, your energy changes. You walk differently, talk differently. People can feel that quiet confidence.
So true. It's not loud or showy. It's calm. It's that inner voice saying, I can handle this.
I like that. Quiet confidence. It's not about shouting how great you are. It's about knowing it inside.
Exactly. And when you believe in yourself, you don't need to compete or compare anymore. You can just grow at your own pace.
Right. It's funny, confidence starts with how we see ourselves, but in the end, it also changes how we see the world.
So true. We start seeing opportunities instead of obstacles, learning instead of failing.
And that's when we realize being confident doesn't mean we're never afraid. It means we trust ourselves even when we are.
Beautifully said, Jake.
Thanks, Anna. And maybe that's what we all need to remember. We already have what it takes. We just have to believe it again.
You know, Jake, today's talk really reminded me that confidence isn't something we find once and keep forever. It's something we build every day.
Yeah, it's like watering a plant. Some days you grow fast, some days you rest, but as long as you keep showing up, you'll bloom again.
I love that image. And for our listeners, if you're learning English or just trying to believe in yourself again, please remember, progress is still progress, no matter how small.
Exactly. Don't wait until you feel ready. Just start. One word, one step, one small win at a time.
Thanks for listening, everyone. And remember, real English and real confidence is about connection, not perfection.
See you next time on Feel English Podcast.
Take care and keep believing in yourself.